T&T senior men's football team will be looking to secure top spot in Group C of the CONCACAF semi-final qualifying as they take on the United States from 8:15 tonight at Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Last Friday, Soca Warriors could only manage 1 point against Guatemala that guaranteed them a place in the final group play with 11 points. And it's all to play for tonight as both teams fight for the top spot and they're only separated by 1 point. Newly crowned Pan Am Sprint champion Nicholas Paul of Switzerland placed an even greater expectation on a young fella seen as T&T's next big cycling hero. Paul, who also copped double silver at the recently concluded Junior Pan American Championships hosted right here in T&T, is off to the UCI World Cycling Center in Aigle, Switzerland. He will be exposed to the very best training that cycling has to offer, both on and off the bike. Paul's journey will take him to Miami and then to London before he flies to Geneva today and then hops on a train to the UCI Center in Aigle. His 2-month stint ends on November 20th. And El Salvador's national football team said they have refused a bribe to fix Tuesday's World Cup 2018 qualifying game against Canada. At a news conference, team members played an audio recording of the person allegedly offering various incentives. Canada must beat El Salvador, who cannot qualify in Vancouver, and hope Mexico defeat Honduras in the final round of Group A games to stand a chance of progressing. FIFA confirmed it is investigating this situation. Investigative journalist Declan Hill said the offer was allegedly made by an El Salvadorian who knew some of the players and who wanted to aid the Honduras national team. He was offering each player a variety of money per minute depending on the results they could get. The most they would have gotten for allegedly fixing a match would have been about $3,000 per player. Most people are either unfamiliar with the Paralympics or sometimes confuse it with the Special Olympics. This isn't entirely their fault, as there has been limited broadcasting of the Games in the past years. For those of us who find difficulties differentiating, here's a breakdown of the Games.
The Games, which begin Wednesday, feature all the high-intensity competition that the Olympics bring and more. It has all the trimmings of the Olympics and is held in the same country of the Games every 4 years, mere weeks following the Olympics. There was a Sochi 2014 Paralympics, a London 2012 Paralympics, a Vancouver 2010 Paralympics, and so on, with Paralympians competing in the same venues as the Olympians. They also have their own opening and closing ceremonies filled with performances, guest appearances, and countless extraordinary sights. This year is also the first year the Paralympics will feature para-canoe and para-triathlon, and will be the first time a Latin American or South American city will host the Games. The Paralympics and the Special Olympics are not the same. They are two separate competitions with two separate qualification processes. The Special Olympics has voluntary participation. Anyone above the age of 8 years old with an intellectual disability can compete in the Special Olympics, regardless of whether that person also has other mental or physical disabilities. By contrast, the Paralympics is only for people who have one of the 10 eligible impairments that include visual impairment, amputations, and cerebral palsy. To prevent competition, where the least impaired athlete always wins, athletes are separated into classes based on the limitations of their impairment, hence the numbers. Paralympians spend years training and competing in qualifying competitions to make it to the Paralympics. This summer's Paralympics will feature more than 4,300 athletes competing in 22 sports, making these games the largest to date. Trinidad and Tobago will be a part of the Games, with 3 athletes competing, all of whom have tremendous medal potential, especially field specialist Akeem Stewart and sprinter Nayosha Kane. Soma Chantalins is also expected to excel for T&T in Rio. Ruskin Mark, C Sports.
Well, that was your C Sports for today.